a huge coffin found at a construction site in Alexandria. Some have been wondering if it might reveal the body of Alexander the Great.
People think tombs only hold bones and dust. But some sealed places hide something far more dangerous: deadly traps and unseen dangers designed to kill anyone within minutes. Ancient builders didn't just bury their rulers, they protected them with poison, hazards, and mechanisms we still don't fully understand. Even today, scientists don't dare to open these chambers, because whatever waits inside is still dangerous. Some tombs release toxic air. Some destroy their own history the moment they're opened. And some hide things no one has been able to explain. So why have these places remained sealed for thousands of years? And what are they really hiding? Let's dive in.
Qin Shi Huang Tomb. Imagine an archaeologist standing on a quiet green hill in China. He brings a modern device to check the air. Suddenly, the needle jumps into the red zone. The machine shows great danger. The air coming from the ground is toxic. This is not a mistake. It is real. These fumes have been rising slowly for more than 2,000 years. This place hides the tomb of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. People know this site because of the famous Terracotta Army. Thousands of clay soldiers stand outside the tomb. They guard the emperor even today. But these soldiers only protect the entrance. The real tomb still remains sealed deep inside the hill. Scientists know it exists, but they do not enter it. Ancient records describe what lies inside. They say the central chamber looks like a full kingdom. The ceiling shines with precious stones. The floor shows a map of China. Across this map, rivers flow. But these are not water rivers. They are rivers of mercury, a liquid metal that can poison anyone. Modern tests confirm this truth. Soil samples from the area show very high levels of mercury. This creates the first major danger. If someone opens the tomb, the mercury gas will spread quickly. A person breathing that air can become severely poisoned within minutes. Even strong protective suits may not stop it fully. The danger is silent and invisible. That makes it even more deadly. But poison is not the only problem here. Scientists remember what happened when they removed some terracotta soldiers. These figures once had bright colors. But as soon as the air touched them, the colors faded. In just 5 minutes, the paint disappeared. The statues turned dull and lifeless. This shows how fragile the inside of the tomb is. Inside the main chamber, there are silk clothes, wooden items, and bamboo scrolls. These objects stayed safe for over 2,000 years because they remained sealed. The moment fresh air enters, they will break apart. They will turn into dust very quickly. Humans still do not have the technology to protect such a large space from air damage. There is another serious risk. Radar scans show complex structures under the ground. These shapes look like traps. Ancient builders designed them to stop intruders. Some may collapse tunnels. Others may block passages suddenly. Even if wooden parts have weakened over time, the danger still exists. The whole structure may fall without warning. Engineers also worry about the stability of the tomb. The underground halls are very old. If someone disturbs them, the walls may crack. A sudden collapse can bury everything forever. It can destroy both the tomb and the people inside it. Every year, archaeologists find new statues and figures near the hill. These include musicians, officials, and animals. Each one shows fine detail. This proves that the main chamber holds something even greater. It is not just treasure. It is a complete world from the past, frozen in time.
Qin Shi Huang built a system that still protects his tomb after thousands of years. His design continues to block human entry. Miaoling Mausoleum. From the Guangzhong Plain in China rises a silent mound that, at first glance, doesn't look man-made at all. Yet this structure is the Miaoling Mausoleum, built during the rule of Emperor Wudi. Workers carried earth and stone here for more than 50 years without stopping. The hill stands about 46 meters high and stretches across a wide area. People once called it the Mountain of Light because it showed the power of the empire. This tomb was not just a burial place. It was planned as a grand residence for the emperor after death. Historical records describe huge halls hidden under the soil. These halls contain gold bars, fine tableware. Some reports even speak of libraries made of bamboo planks. These records may hold knowledge that no longer exists today. Around the main mound, more than 400 smaller tombs surround the emperor's resting place. These belong to his loyal followers and officials. The scale of hidden wealth here is enormous. Experts believe that Miaoling could surpass the famous Egyptian Valley of the Kings in treasure. Yet no one has opened the central chamber for over 2,000 years. The reason is not fear of legend. The real reason comes from science and careful thinking. The biggest danger lies in preservation. Everything inside the tomb has stayed sealed for centuries. The moment fresh air enters, fragile materials will react immediately. Ancient fabrics, wood, and paper will begin to break apart. Within hours, they will turn into dust. Scientists cannot stop this process yet. They do not have a method to protect such a large underground space. This creates a serious problem. If researchers open the tomb, they may destroy the very objects they want to study. Priceless history may vanish forever in a short time. For this reason, the Chinese government has placed a strict ban on excavation. They prefer to protect the contents instead of risking total loss. Ancient records also describe another layer of danger. Builders created mechanical traps inside the structure. These traps may collapse ceilings or block tunnels suddenly. Even if many parts have weakened over time, the risk still remains. Modern instruments show deep empty spaces inside the mound. These voids suggest complex inner chambers and passages. No one knows how stable these structures are today. Engineers warn that digging into the mound could cause sudden collapse. The entire structure may fall under its own weight. This could destroy the tomb completely and bury everything inside. It could also put human lives in danger. Because of this, even experienced treasure hunters have avoided this site for centuries. Miaoling remains untouched, not because it lacks value, but because it holds too much. It represents an entire era of power and wealth. The emperor who built it wanted to show strength equal to the gods. His tomb still stands as a symbol of that belief. Today, scientists study the site using remote tools and careful observation. They gather data without breaking the seal. This slow method allows them to learn while keeping the tomb safe. Coricancha Hidden Chamber. Deep inside the city of Cusco in Peru, a quiet monastery stands on ancient stone foundations. People visit this place every day without knowing what lies beneath their feet. Under the monastery of St. Dominic, scientists discovered something unexpected. They used scanning devices and moved them slowly across the stone floor. The machines showed clear shapes below the surface. These shapes looked like rooms and long corridors hidden deep underground. These hidden spaces belong to the old Coricancha Temple. This temple once served as the most sacred place of the Inca Empire. Ancient stories say the walls were covered with sheets of pure gold. Inside, great rulers rested on golden thrones after death. When Spanish forces entered the city, local people hid their most valuable items. They moved treasures into secret underground chambers to protect them from being taken. The monastery is still an active place of worship. Church leaders refuse to allow any digging or removal of the floor. For them, this site is not just an old building, it is sacred ground. They believe disturbing it would break its spiritual meaning. Because of this belief, all excavation plans stopped immediately. Scientists and church officials have discussed this issue for many years. Another serious problem comes from the structure itself. The monastery was built directly on ancient Inca stonework. These stones are strong and help the building resist earthquakes. Engineers warn that digging into the ground may weaken this support system. Even a small change can disturb the balance of the structure. The walls may crack, and the entire building could collapse. Today, the hidden chamber remains sealed under layers of stone and belief. Modern tools can detect its shape, but they cannot safely reach inside. Researchers stand just above a major discovery but cannot touch it. The mystery continues to exist in silence, protected by both human decision and physical limits. Tomb of Alexander the Great. Under the busy streets of Alexandria in Egypt, workers and cars move every day without pause. Deep below this modern city, archaeologists search in narrow tunnels. They follow weak signs of ancient walls that do not appear on any map. This search has continued for more than 2,000 years, making it one of the longest mysteries in history. Alexander the Great was a powerful ruler and military leader. After his death, people preserved his body carefully and brought it to Egypt. They built a grand mausoleum to honor him. Ancient Roman emperors visited this place and described its beauty and rich design. At that time, everyone knew where the tomb stood. Over time, this knowledge disappeared. Strong earthquakes shook the region many times. Wars damaged the city again and again. Buildings collapsed, and streets changed their paths. These events erased the exact location of the tomb from memory. Today, no one can point to its true position with certainty. The most likely location of the tomb lies under crowded parts of Alexandria. Houses, roads, and public spaces cover these areas. To reach the tomb, authorities would need to remove buildings and stop traffic across major streets. This would affect thousands of people living in the city. The Egyptian government does not easily allow such actions. Officials fear protests from residents and damage to old structures. Scientists cannot move forward without clear permission and support. Even with modern tools, progress remains slow. Ground scanning devices can detect unusual shapes under the surface. However, they cannot give a clear answer. The city above continues to grow and change, making the search even harder. The tomb of Alexander the Great may still exist somewhere below layers of earth and concrete. It remains hidden under a living city full of noise and movement. Researchers continue their work carefully, hoping to find a trace without causing harm. This long search continues as a true historical puzzle that has not yet reached its final answer. Izanoy Toksik Tomb. On a quiet night in western Turkey, a group of illegal diggers moved toward an old burial mound. They carried simple tools and hoped to find gold inside. They broke a small opening in the stone and waited. A strange cloud came out from the gap. It had a strong smell and thick texture. The men did not understand the danger. Within a few hours, they began to feel very sick and weak. This incident happened in the Ados area and quickly drew attention from authorities. Officials closed the site and placed strict control around it. Archaeologists arrived with protective suits and gas masks instead of simple tools. They treated the place as a high-risk zone. Scientists studied the environment carefully. They found that the sealed chamber contained special microorganisms. When the spores from these organisms enter the human body, they cause serious damage. They affect the lungs and spread quickly. The builders of the tomb likely used these substances on purpose. They wanted to protect the burial site from intruders by making it unsafe to enter. This method worked very well. The tomb became a sealed system that produces harmful air continuously. It acts like a natural chemical reactor that has been active for nearly 2,000 years. Any disturbance can release this toxic mixture into the open environment. This creates a risk not only for individuals, but also for nearby areas. Because of this, experts avoid direct entry into the chamber. They use remote tools and probes to study the site from a distance. These methods help them gather data without exposing themselves to danger. They treat the tomb with extreme caution at all times. The site remains closed today under heavy protection. Concrete barriers block any attempt to reopen it. Scientists agree that no amount of treasure is worth the risk of spreading unknown biological threats. The possibility of starting a new disease or contamination event makes this place too dangerous to explore directly. This tomb shows that not all threats come from traps or structure. Some dangers grow naturally over time and become stronger in isolation. The Izanoye toxic tomb stands as a clear example of how ancient burial sites can turn into harmful environments that modern science must approach with great care and respect. Padmanabhaswamy Temple Vault. Inside the city of Thiruvananthapuram in India, a famous temple stands with a long history. People know this place as Padmanabhaswamy Temple. For many years, its underground chambers remained closed. In 2011, the Supreme Court of India ordered officials to open some of these secret rooms. Guards, experts, and officials entered carefully and started to examine what lay inside. They opened 5 vaults one by one. Inside, they found a huge collection of treasure. There were gold coins, diamond crowns, and solid gold statues. The total value crossed $20 billion, making this temple one of the richest places in the world. These discoveries shocked many people and attracted attention from around the globe. One chamber remained untouched. This chamber is known as Vault B. When the team reached this door, they stopped. The door looked very different from the others. It had no handle, no lock, and no visible opening. The surface was solid and smooth. On the front, 2 large iron cobras were carved. These shapes appeared as a warning sign to anyone who came close. Local traditions describe a special belief about this vault. People say that ancient priests sealed the door using powerful sound waves and secret mantras. According to these beliefs, only a person with deep knowledge and a pure mind can open it safely. If someone tries to break the door by force, it may cause a serious disaster. These ideas may sound unusual, but they have created a strong fear around Vault B. Scientists have used scanning tools to study the chamber without opening it. These tests show that a large empty space exists behind the thick walls. Some experts believe that hidden tunnels may connect this vault to other places. One idea suggests a passage leading toward the ocean. If this is true, breaking the door could cause sudden flooding inside the temple. This possibility adds another level of danger. Water entering the structure could damage both the building and the nearby area. It could also destroy whatever remains inside the chamber. Because of this, engineers and officials avoid taking any direct action. Some of these tombs hold gold, some hold history, and some may hide dangers we still do not understand. If you had the power, would you open these sealed places Or would you leave them untouched forever? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, because we'll be uploading more incredible stories like this one in the coming weeks. Until then, see ya.